Today we're here to show the Discount Ramps line of Black Widow steering head lifts. These stands have several different names. Some people call them steering head lifts, steering head stands. They've been called triple tree stands or triple tree lifts, steering stem lifts. So there's a lot of different names, but the concept to all of these is basically the same. So you can see you've got a pin in the front here, and this lifts on the triple tree mechanism between the forks on the motorcycle, and there's a hole in there, and this basically lifts them up. Our kit includes 5 different pins that you see here. All 3 of these will include those, and that includes an 18mm diameter, 17mm, 16.5, a 15mm, and a 13mm pin. That's going to cover about 90% of the motorcycles out there today. We do have an application chart on our website showing most of the most common motorcycles. The particular model we have in front of us here is the BW3021, and this model, one of the unique features is it's adjustable. It's got 6 different positions. So we're going to lift up the Super Hawk here, and we're going to maybe try to get it up to about 30 inches. So in the straight up position, that's going to get us out to, it looks like, about the third hole here gets us a little over 30 inches. So we're going to install our, we've got 2 little threaded knobs with nuts. Once you find a position, so we're in the 3rd hole position. It does go up to 6. So this is definitely the stand that will lift the highest out of all of ours. If for any reason you need to lift the front of the bike way up, this is probably the best stand for you. But most times you really don't need to get the front up that high to do what you need to do. The other models that we're showing here is this is the BW20 front steering lift stand, and this one here is the BW1020. And they all kind of work the same, except for the only minor differences are the adjustability. This particular bike we have here, a 1998 VTR 1000 Super Hawk, has a 24mm steering head lift opening. So none of the pins that we include are actually going to work for this bike. So we're going to take one of the included pins out and an optional accessory pin for a 24mm. 24mm is a pretty rare size. The only other bike I know of that uses a 24mm pin is the 1990 to 1995 GSXR 750. So the pins that we include will cover 90% of the bikes out there. So once we've got our pin in there, we're going to make sure that we're going to collapse the stand together, and we're going to want to rotate this in until the pin is in the hole of the steering head. Once we've got it in the hole, then we're just going to push it down like that. If you notice on the rear of the motorcycle, we have a Black Widow AI1 rear motorcycle stand. We always recommend that you put a rear motorcycle stand on when you're lifting the front like this. That's going to give you a lot more safety and stop the bike from tipping over and allow you to do this with one person. One of the major advantages of the steering head lifts over the other Black Widow motorcycle stands available is all of our other motorcycle stands lift by the fork. And although that's great for quick service to your disc brakes, removing your wheel, this allows you to service the front forks. Because you're lifting by the steering stem, you can fully remove the front forks for replacing your fluid, replacing the springs. Another advantage is you're taking the weight off of the front suspension of the motorcycle. So this is great for storage. Instead of having all the weight on your forks all winter long while you're storing the motorcycle, it allows you to unspring the front suspension and prevent any type of suspension memory from having the weight compressed on the bike all season long. So now we're going to take it off the stand, and it's just the opposite procedure. Roll it forward like that, and then we're going to want to guide our stand out. So now we'll try with one of the other stands here. Next we'll do the BW20. This stand does not have any adjustability, but it's really the most, it's set up to work on about 80 to 90% of all motorcycles. As you can see, the pins in here are held in with a pin and a little locking connection, but we're going to remove that because we need to use our 24mm pin for the VTR 1000. So we'll remove the included pin and insert our aftermarket pin, and we're going to want to slide it in again, as you can see, getting the pin in contact with the hole, and lift it up like so. So it works identically to the other ones. As you can see, the BW20 just, it doesn't have any adjustments, but it gets you to a good height. You know, we've got several inches under here to service the front forks. Get down and work it out. Take our pin out. And the last model in our series is the BW1020. Again, the pin in this one is held in with a pin and locking collar. This particular stand is also adjustable, as you see here. It's got about 2 inches of adjustment with a 5mm Allen. Right now we've got it in a position to get us about 31 inches again on this bike. So we'll turn it around here. This stand also has a little better wheels on it than the other stand. It's kind of our premium wheel kit. But it's got some adjustability. We got full adjustability, medium adjustability, and no adjustability. It's really the difference between the three. So we're gonna put our 24mm pin in there. Same procedure as before. Guide the pin in until we're in to the head lift, or to the steering head hole. And as you can see, again, we could have probably adjusted this one up a little higher. There's not a whole lot of room between there. But we do have quite a room. We've got at least another 1.5 inches for adjustment on here, so we could definitely, if I was going to use this for a while, I might want to go up a little bit so I can clear my fender and take my tire off. And so that's an overview of the Black Widow front steering lift stand systems. We also offer a complete line of rear motorcycle stands and front fork stands.